So I have two generations with me. I have the first ever AirPods introduced by Apple alongside the Apple Pro. I've had this for 7 years, 5 years, so I'm going to be sharing my experience with you today. Are they still worth using in 2025? How has my journey been so far? Let's have a look. So if you're kind of umming and ahhing about different AirPods, which one's the right one for you, or you just want to know more about, what the older ones can do, how they hold up between 4 to 7 years, if they last, because at the end of the day, we want a product that's going to last a while. So I think it's important to see how they actually hold up over these years. They say Apple products cost more for a reason, do you know what I mean? So I'm going to be going over the design, the comfort, how it's been, battery life, extra features and tips that maybe you wouldn't have even thought of. So we've got the first ever generation of the Apple AirPods, and then we've got the first generation of the AirPod Pro. Also guys, before we continue, let me know in the comments if you do have a pair of AirPods yourself. I'd love to hear which version you have and how it's getting on so far. Okay, let's get started. So let's have a look at the design and comfort first. Obviously the most given one is the size. So both of them have hard plastics. This one is very small, really handy to put in very small bags, which I really like. Like if you've got a very small handbag, if you're a girl or a guy, you want to slide it in the pocket, it's so handy for that, which I really like. The thing is, when it comes to the headphones, it's one size fits all. So it doesn't matter what size your earlobe is, you literally have no choice. So you can see I'm wearing them right now, and it's just connected to my phone straight away. FYI, it's an Android, so that's a side note. That anyone that thinks you have to have an iPhone to purchase the AirPods, no. So these connect really fast, no issues. Literally, you put them in like now and they're connected already. And I also have it connected to my MacBook Pro. Connects just the same speed. There's no difference with that. So it's one size fits all. Lucky they fit for me, but if you're at the gym running, it's not great because they might fall out. So that's what the newer ones are great for. They have more of a grip. Let's have a look at these ones. So here you've got the silicone ear tips that you can get various sizes to fit you. So these ones are better for the gym purely because they adjust to your earlobe and you kind of get more comfort there. So great for small, medium, large, custom sized. So that's the clear difference when it comes to the look of how they are. But there has been times they have still fallen out. So it's not like they're always secure. It's kind of like, they're great, but sometimes, they could potentially fall out. Let's now look at the sound quality, because even when I'm just wearing now one of each, it's very clear to me the noise cancellation is so different. My left ear, I can't barely hear anything, but on the right I hear some noises. Even though it's very quiet in here, I can still hear. So with the Pro, with my left ear, so I've got the Pro on the left hand side, and then I've got a first gen on the right. It's very easy to get distracted. You can have the TV in the background and you would hear it. The quality of the sound is great. It's just, if you've got things around you, it's not great. You need to be like in an office or a quiet room to really focus if you need to. There's no noise cancellation with these ones, whereas the Pro, there's noise cancellations. I've been using these for 7 years now and they've been really great. So it's kind of like, why would I upgrade if I'm happy with them? But there has been a couple of issues I'm going to be sharing with you in a bit. So with the AirPods Pro, great noise cancellation. It blocks out any background noise and also external microphones. But you have transparency. You can let in outside noise if needed. Better bass, clearer mids and highs as well with this one. But the noise cancellation is not like amazing where, you've got your full on headset. If you're considering you need AirPods that have a lot more noise cancellation, something like the Sony WF-1000X M4 is good for that. So it really depends what you're doing. If you're already in a quiet environment, that you use your AirPods when you're in a quiet room, then what would make the difference to invest more money into the AirPod Pros? Price wise, there's a big difference. So I think it's important to compare both. Like this one, if you can even still find it, probably around 60 to 80 pounds, probably get some refurb one somewhere. This one we're talking 200, around $250, depending on where you buy it. So now let's talk about the battery life. So the AirPod One has about 5 to 6 hours of listening time if you're completely listening to it all day long. Or if you're recharging them, putting them back in the case, they can last 24 hours. I mean, these I use maybe max 1 hour a day. I charge them once every 2 weeks, so it's really easy for me. I use them normally on walks or podcasts. Normally I use other headphones for editing to get the noise cancellation, focus on the sounds. Realistically, it does the job for me, and now after 7 years, it still lasts me 2 weeks. Pretty good. Again, maximum 1 hour day. If you're using it all day long, it's a different story. And then we have the Pros. Pro, very similar to be honest. If you want the noise cancellation on, that does drop it down to like 4.5 to 5 hours. And then again, 24 hours if you charge in the case. As far as charging time, it has slowed down over the years, so like, I need to leave it for 3 or 4 hours to make sure it's fully charged. With the Pro, about 1 hour, 2 hours, doesn't take too long at all, really, really good. I mean, after years, they do lose battery life, but as long as I don't have to charge things every day or every few days, I'm happy. Just depends how much you use it and if it really affects you. So let's have a look at the features and compatibility. So they both have the share feature. So it means that anyone that has an AirPod, you can connect them and share together on the same device. That's pretty cool. Really good at connecting to devices, as I said. Even with my Android, connects instantly. With my MacBook, there's no difference in time frame. It does the job the same. Obviously, the exclusives with the Pro, the noise cancellation and transparency mode, water resistant, which is really, really good, especially if you're in the gym, sweating, really handy. So it's got an adaptive EQ and also adjusts sound according to your earbud, which is really, really cool. So as I said, I connect the first generation to my Android phone. Obviously, you lose features like audio sharing, so I can't do audio sharing on my Android phone, but does the job if you just want to listen and connect. Even with AirTags, you can use them, but it's better to track with Apple devices. So it depends if you're using it for other things, but if it's just for listening, then, you know, it's just more of a decision about that. So if you're deep into the Apple ecosystem, then the Pro is definitely the choice. So let's have a quick breakdown about what I discussed today. So the pros and cons of the AirPods is that lightweight and comfortable for sure, really handy to put in bags and things like that. Good for casual listening, better if you're in a quiet environment. Definitely now affordable to buy if you can get your hands on them still. Obviously no noise cancellation, so better if you're in quiet environment. But if you do want to actually hear what's around you, then that's great. Charging generally gets slower over time. It takes longer to charge, and definitely it easily falls out. So if you're at the gym running, no good, because I've tried it and I'm very annoyed. So don't try it. So that is the big one as well if you do go to the gym or go somewhere that you're moving around a lot. Better sound quality, great bass, noise cancellation and transparency mode, more secure fit most of the time, and water resistant, which is a very important one. More expensive unless you can get a pair, you know, on second hand. So something important to note, so I've had these for 7 years, and I mentioned earlier there's been a couple of issues. The main issue being that the left one sometimes doesn't connect. So when I pop them in, sometimes it will only connect one side. So in order for me to fix that, I have to then put them back in and then pop them back in again. So that's only happened to me in the last 2 years. So it's just something to consider if you're investing, that maybe after a couple of years, well, in my case, 5 years, which is fair enough, there may be some issues with connecting both of them. That I'd say is the biggest disadvantage. If you're looking for better battery life or noise cancellation, then I would recommend looking at other products besides these ones, the Sony ones. Quiet comfort earbuds as well is really good for that too. So what do you guys think? Which ones are you currently using right now? What are your thoughts? Is it worth the price for the older generations? Are you using the newer ones? How does it compare? Let me know in the comments. If you guys did like this video, I definitely feel you'd love my videos where I cover the MacBook Pro, MacBook Air, and also my Android phone, how I'm getting on with them, my experience. I'll pop them after this. Don't forget to give this video a like if you liked it, and subscribe for more weekly videos. Thanks guys, have a good one.